with the back brake alignment of the disc and whatnot being a bit painful, the chain side of things was not bad at all. I just used the sprockets that I had on there, whatever ratio that is, and dropped a chain on. I've got heaps of clearance up the front there, like tons, and just the way the gearing ended up, I'm right to buzz this link off here if I had to, put the master link in, but I've got a lot more clearance up the front here than what I thought I would have had, so that's worked out really quite good. Just the brake side's been a little bit trickier than what I would have thought, but still not bad. I think what I'm going to do is, that's just dodgy, that ain't going to work, even with a proper round spacer made up. One of the guys on the Facebook page said that he had a lug welded on the inside of his swing arm and used the ZXR like 96 model caliper bracket. So that's the path I'm going to take, because this is just getting too hard and just seems the wrong way to do it. So I've ordered one of them, only cost 20 bucks, and I don't think my caliper will bolt directly to it, but I'll just have to see what happens when it turns up, which shouldn't be long. So now I'm going to get into other stuff and make some more progress rather than playing around stuck on this part of it. Back onto the chain side, 16:45 is a stock ratio, and I had a quick count up. I ran 16:38. So because of the big profile tyre compared to what they normally run, I'm going to go back to the stock rear, which is a lot bigger. So I'm just going to see if that chain that I've got is going to fit around it, but that's probably the ratio that I'll run, just liven it up a bit. Not that it needs that anyway, being turbocharged, but we'll try and fit that sprocket on now. So with the rear sprockets, that's the stock gearing, or stock rear sprocket. That gearing will let the bike power wheelie every time in 4th gear. This one here, it'll lift the wheel in 2nd gear, and yeah, makes it heaps more manageable, but we're going to run the fun gearing. So that's the sprockets that I'm going to run. So I'm going to stick with that gear ratio. There's still a bit of chain adjustment left, and I've got clearance up the front of the wheel. So I'll look at cutting the chain. I won't rivet the link over because I'll probably have to pull it back out again. I'm not sure if the swing arm has to come out to weld that tag on for the ZX7 brake caliper bracket. But anyway, buzz the chain off, and then I might fit this under tray plastic area back in and try and make it look like a motorbike again. I've just bolted the main subframe and the rear subframe on. I'll just use the old bolts for the time being because yeah, the bolt shop's shut today. First drama I see is when I go to put the inner guard on, here's the main bracket for it, and it basically hits straight onto the top shocky canister. So I'll have to have a bit of a play there and see what we do. So what I've done, I've had to remove this bracket because it won't put the under tray in the right spot. I've made another bracket out of cardboard, but I don't think that's quite strong enough, so I'm going to have to go to aluminium. And yeah, so that's what we're going to do. Let's transfer my template into alloy, and that should just hold it off the shocky enough if I put the right bend in it. So I've made the template. There's a couple of extra lines, but I know what they are, so I'll just drill it where I need to and bend it where I need to, but I think it's going to work out okay. I ended up getting that battery support bracket made, so it went from the original to the template, and that's where we ended up to have the clearance for the rear shocky canister. So I'll paint that up when I paint the headlight bracket, and I'll be sorted. So it picks up off the main shocky mount like original and just goes in and drilled and tapped a couple of holes down the bottom here to locate the inner guard. I've got 2 sets of gauges. This is the set off the bike originally. I want this powder coated, bits and pieces cleaned up. This is off another bike, but the headlight bracket's in better nick than what mine was, so I'm going to pull it apart, get a small bunch of stuff ready for the powder coaters, and drop that over there. Then that can all be done. I'm thinking about the top triple clamp, getting that done in that Cerakote, because that stuff worked out really nice. I'll paint strip it and follow what you guys did on the Facebook group to put the sanding lines correctly in the top clamp. Then probably get it Cerakoted. And the lower one, don't know whether I might just go black on that. We'll see. And also the clip-ons, might get them done in the Cerakote as well. So let's get some stuff off and out to the powder coaters. Even these headlights, I don't really want to run the originals. I'd like to put something a bit more modern and cool looking. So I'll see if I can change that up a little bit and make it look a bit fresher as well when the time comes. So I don't think the original style lights will be going back in it. Since I'm doing a trip to the coaters, I'll take this pipe here that the air cleaner mounts to, because he seems to cop it, the road grime and all the rest of it. So that will go. Any of the little fairing mounts will go. There's a couple of those, so a few more bits. This is the pile. It's not really big. The gauge bracket, headlight bracket, sorry, the gauge support, the bracket we made for the under tray, and this is all rear parts of the rear subframe that mounts up here. So we'll get those guys to bang a coat of gloss black on that.